I'm Jen Morrison. I'm the rehab manager and a physical therapist here at the Vermont Veterans Home. And I'm here with Mary Reynolds and our superstar, Mr. Leroy Lacey, who is going to demonstrate our solo step system, which is a very generous donation from the Vermont Veterans Association golf tournament last summer that allowed us to have a 22-foot track system put in place and installed to allow our veterans and our other clientele here to be able to stand, walk, and work on their balance without having to worry about falling. It's very similar to a parachute, right? So the veterans feel very comfortable in it. It pretty much goes on like a vest, and you'll see the harness straps through their legs. And when we first had Mr. Lacey in here last year, after it was installed, he hadn't walked in about 5 years with his multiple medical diagnoses. And for him to be able to get up and stand up and walk was truly very emotional for all of us. He did stumble a little bit, and as a therapist that was a little nerve-wracking for us, right, Mary? But the system is in such a place that it catches the patient, so it allows them to do things that we cannot do with just our own therapeutic modalities or just standing next to him, because we have the safety net of the harness so he will not at all fall, which is a 4-letter word in this gym. So we're going to have Mary go ahead and demonstrate how this works with Roy.
Okay.
So the system itself is attached with 2 carabiner clips, one to the actual track system, and one, there's a hook on the back of the vest with a carabiner clip. And once he's upright, you'll see Mary cinch this up, which allows for him to have the freedom and mobility to move without falling, but also if he does, it will catch him and we can help to right him. Roy can tend to be a little bit of a daredevil once he gets warmed up and going in this, so hopefully he'll just...
Okay, usually when we first get somebody in the harness, just to make sure it's okay, I ask you to sit. So that we know when he falls, he's not going to hit the, he's not going to land up on the floor. So can you go ahead and sit down, Leroy?
Perfect. We
safe.
know it's working. All right, now go ahead and get yourself back up. Easier said than done.
Yeah. Whoa.
Nicely done.
Brute strength. That would be great.
Because of the solo step system, we've been able to progress Roy through multiple devices for him to walk with. And we're always trying to target the highest level of function and the least restrictive device. And you'll see we'll transition from the walker to the quad cane after he gets warmed up a little bit. And the more he goes, you'll see the more upright he becomes. Nice job, Roy.
Well, we're not even hands-on, we're just...
Yeah, to be able to work with a patient on their balance and their gait without having to put hands on. There's been a lot of work that went in prior to this with him using the track device. Why don't you go ahead and turn around, Roy? You'll see on the turns that there's a lot of flexibility with the solo step and the freedom to move about to counter his own base of support and where his center of gravity is. It allows him the freedom and mobility to work within his own parameters. Nice. Nice to look you in the eye, Roy. We've loosened this up a little bit so he can have the freedom and mobility, again, to allow us hands off. So there's so many different therapeutic benefits to this. Ideally, Roy's goal is to be able to walk independently in order to get home to his children, who are anxiously awaiting his arrival. And we need for him to have the proprioceptive sense of where his body is in space. And if we're constantly having our hands on him, he can't test his own limits and his parameters for him to keep upright balance and trunk control. And the solo step device allows that to happen and keeps him safe enough, But the muscle memory, again, you made this look so very easy, and this is a lot of hard work that has gone into this, so nice job, Roy.
Yeah, and it's great because he's allowed to lose his balance, have balance checks, and he can use that as a memory tool also to correct his balance so it doesn't happen again.
Right.
He just keeps on working on that and trying to improve it all the time.
It's very easy to use, so we're going to go ahead and have you back up until you get to the chair. It's just a matter of loosening this up. Go ahead and reach back and have a seat. Nice job.
Good. Great.
It's 3 clips, one on this strap, one on this strap, and one here for total suspension. Nice job.
Yeah,
Good
very
work,
good.
Roy. Nicely done. It's hard work, isn't it? What does that feel like for you?
Oh, like a parachute harness,
Yeah?
you know. Simple, not noticeable, you know. Even when you fall,
Yeah.
okay, it's like getting caught in a parachute.
Okay.
No problems, you know. And like you say, I am a little bit more probably to take a few risks, but
Yes, you do.
I know it's gonna catch me, you know.
Right.
And I think that's why I like this, you know, because it will catch me, you know, when your aide, she can't really stop you from hitting the floor. Me, that is, I'm a big guy and
Yeah, it is. It's a real safety
It's state of the
support
art.
system
Yeah.
for the worker, the therapist also.
Right.
yeah.
It makes you feel more relaxed and you're not doing a lot of,
You remember in the beginning?
yeah.
The first time we had Roy in this.
Well, even when we didn't have this,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, we got this. You were kind of scared.
Yeah,
We weren't sure what was going to happen until the first time you lost your balance.
And this has been a great tool
Yeah, yeah.
for me to know what my balance and where I am, you know, when I walk. And that has helped me walk, you know, in the hall and
Yeah.
Yep.
And in the beginning, before we had this, I had to usually have a lot of contact guard
Yep.
and also had to have the chair there.
Right. This eliminates the need for parallel bars. It allows us to work with altered surfaces. He was walking on the steady floor, but we have all kinds of balance, challenging placing that we can put on the ground to really challenge his balance, and these are things that we wouldn't be able to do if we didn't have the safety net of the solo step in place. So we've come a long way in a much shorter time with Roy's recovery. So we're very grateful for this equipment. The other added advantage is that this system allows what Mary and Roy just did together would have, if we were to have tried that on our own, taken 3 of us in the department, one on either side of him and a third person to bring the wheelchair up behind. So what does that mean for the Vermont Veterans Home? It allows us to put more hands on the veterans that are here to allow others to heal as quickly as Mr. Leroy's healing. So nice work. We are so extremely grateful to the Vermont Veterans Association for their very generous donation of the Solo Step.
My name is Christina Morgan, and I am the director of the Dodge House in Rutland, Vermont. The Dodge House is a transitional housing program for veterans who are homeless. Last year, the Vermont Veterans Association made a donation to the Dodge House. We had been experiencing quite a few structural issues. We had some structural issues with our upstairs front porch that was sinking. We had some pipes that broke in our women's unit, which cost about $20,000 in repairs. And through the repairs of the women's unit, we discovered that we had a leaky roof, and we discovered that we needed a new furnace. And through the donation of the Vermont Veterans Association, they gave us $10,000 to help alleviate those costs. You know, when the front porch was sagging, and then the pipes breaking, and the roof leaking, it was just kind of at the breaking point in our budget. And so the donation that the Vermont Veterans Association made to us just helped alleviate that. One of the things that the Dodge House does is provide transitional housing for veterans, but it's really more than a shelter. It's really a home. It's a place where veterans come, and we provide their food and their beds and the heat and the hot water, and we then kind of give them the opportunity to break down some of the problems that they may be experiencing. So with this donation, it enables us to keep our building going, and we don't have a home without our building. If anyone is willing to donate to our program, our website is www.dodgehousevt.org. Thank you.
Hi, we're committee members of the Vermont Veterans Association out of Manchester, Vermont. My name is Ken Riley.
My name's Dick France.
Jim White.
And what we're here for is to discuss what we do, what we have done, and what we will be doing to aid the veterans in the state of Vermont. Our program annually holds a golf tournament. Manchester Country Club, September 6th, 11 a.m. And what this tournament does is it highlights and showcases our Vermont veterans. Teams of 4 have 3 paying members and 1 Vermont veteran that is free for the entire day. The USO supports us by sending up their lovely ladies that serenade us all day. And this year, a very special surprise is we're going to have the governor as our keynote speaker. So on September 6th at 11 a.m., the governor will be there in the afternoon to be our keynote speaker, and that's very important for us to showcase our veterans, to show how important it is for the governor. What Jim would like to do now is discuss a little bit of our history so that you'll get an understanding as to where we came from, and then we'll talk about shortly the present and the future of where the association hopes to go with your help and your donations.
In 2012, 3 local people, Dalton Blackwell from Plaisant plant here in Bennington, Frank Shattuck, Vietnam Marine and Purple Heart recipient, and Greg Valley, an Air Force pilot, came up with the idea of bringing the plight, if you will, of the returning combat veteran from Vermont, the problems they had and everything, and their goal was just to raise awareness, to tell the people what problems some of these people have, not all of them, but some of them have. And so they came up, they approached Don Keelan to run this organization, which he did for 4 years, and during that time and last year, they were able to raise over $200,000 to give away for veterans benefits, to benefit the Vermont veterans. As Ken mentioned, the USO, Greg Valley was our contact with them, and he got the women that travel the world to put on benefits for our veterans throughout the world.
All right, maybe at this time, Dick, you could give us a sense of where this money has gone.
It's no secret that when veterans return to our country, it's not all about parades. There's a lot of adjustment that's necessary to civilian life. Part of that adjustment sometimes is in the form of finding homes, getting reconnected to family, medical, psychiatric support, food. Meals on Wheels provides some of that. A very large percentage of the food that Meals on Wheels donates goes to veterans. I think the number is 70% of our population for Meals on Wheels is veterans. That's one organization we donate to. There's an organization known as Purple Hearts Reunited, which finds and gives Purple Hearts that have been lost, missing, stolen, those kind of things, reunites those Purple Hearts with the folks that earned them. We give money to Vermont Veterans Home for specific needs, such as the solo step that has been profiled. We give money to the Veterans Outreach and Family Resource Center, which had some 4,000 contacts in 2016 to help people get connected to services of all kinds. We also gave money to the Dodge House for specific needs. And we're looking for any other suggestions for needs that benefit veterans. I should mention Habitat for Humanity. We have donated toward a house that will benefit a veteran or veteran's family. Those are samples of some of the organizations we've provided money for. We would like to tell you that the website, if you wish to donate, is vtww.org. Go on the website and you can find all the information you need about our organization and how it operates.
So where we are right now is we are planning and having our 6th annual golf tournament, which is our major fundraiser. Again, it's September 6th at 11 a.m. at Manchester Country Club. You can sign up at vtww.org. We are looking for as many teams as possible so that we can host as many veterans as possible. Going forward, our goal is to benefit Vermont veterans. All of the money that we raise, every single penny, goes to support our Vermont veterans. Nothing is made by the bunch of us 3 old vets that are just trying to pay it a little bit forward and help the guys that are saving our country right now. Everything we do is to support them. We know that you'll support us. We look forward to seeing you September 6th, 11 a.m., Manchester Country Club, with the governor. So if you have anything you want to talk about with the governor, he's going to be there, and hopefully you will too. Thank you for your support.